But she is from Marion, North Carolina, went to Marion High School, wrestled there starting at 14 years old. Her best friend from high school is in the building. We're about 3 hours east of Marion, North Carolina, and she'll have the home crowd at her back here tonight. Lina Lansberg looking to extend her winning streak to 3, but both of those first 2 wins were in Europe and Scandinavia. And now she'll be in enemy territory tonight.
You know, as a striker first myself, when I used to fight, anytime you're fighting a wrestler, and anytime you're fighting a wrestler that got a silver medal at the Olympics, you know what's coming, and there it is. There's the first takedown, and completed beautifully.
That was a beautiful level change by Sara. I was kind of interested to see how she would approach her entries against Lina Lansberg because she's so good with her elbows. But great timing on a single leg, right? She didn't attack a double. She went single leg, got the corner, and was able to finish the takedown.
I know what she's going to do right now. She takes her right hand and pushes on that knee of Lina. She can then proceed to mount and then look for the head and arm choke, which is exactly what she did when she fought Gina Mazzani. Quick takedown right at the start, got on top, and then squeezed the neck for the submission. This is a great start for Sara.
And you mentioned that fight against Gina Mazzani, which came nearly 3 years ago, and that's the last time she got a victory. A couple of setbacks before she had the extended layoff to have her son Lucas.
She's trying to do the exact same thing, though. See the way Lina's pushing on that face there? She's then going to push the elbow to push it across, and then that sets up the head and arm choke.
When you have someone that's as good at that as that choke as Sara, you don't want to necessarily frame the head whenever you're on the bottom. You want to start pushing at the hips to try to get her off of you. You start framing, she just shoves it across and takes a head and arm choke.
Correct.
Heavy top pressure here from McMann.
And you know, for Lina also, it's about staying calm here. She's got to be careful because it looks like Sara's working towards a kimura now. But as I was saying, Lina, listen, you're in a bad position. Don't freak out. Stay composed. Don't, you know, flail about. Don't present your arms in a way that are going to allow yourself to be submitted.
Big old body shots.
Oh, heavy on the body is McMann.
They're mean.
Lansberg has never been submitted in her career, but man, those body shots, as you said, DC.
Yeah, I mean, they're intended. Yep, but those are intended to make Lina start thinking about the striking so she can then pass to full guard, to full mount to try to go and get her choke. These body shots are to do damage, but they're more of a distraction, just like we saw in the fight earlier with John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the distraction off and then go to your position.
You give them something else to think about. You take the focus away from defending the limbs or defending the neck. All of a sudden, they're having damage inflicted to their midsection. They focus on that. They bring down their elbows to stop the punches, and then that sets up the submission.
Almost 2-on-1 on that left arm of Lansberg, but McMann instead changes the game plan. 2 minutes to go, round 1.
Well, now McMann has a better chance. She's got Lina to let go of the lockdown. She was using that lockdown position in the half guard. That's why Sara was having trouble passing.
She's going to try and roll her over here. She's going to force the... There it is.
Watch. She's got to watch the doors coming. Yep.
Exactly.
There it is.
Through a Darce choke. She's going to slide that right arm through, grab her left bicep, and cinch up the Darce choke. There it is. Wait for it.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
It's like I've got a crystal ball, DC.
It's like you know what you're doing out there, Mikey. No wonder you were a champion.
There we go.
Louise, look at this guy.
Bisping the grappler.
Let's remember, Brendan Fitzgerald has a white belt. He knows what's going on right now.
Hey, dude, please let's not get him talking jiu-jitsu.
DC.
Well, if you had over under 3.5 fights before Bisping broke that one out.
I was waiting for the ball busting, DC. Finally, now we start.
We were too busy with those awesome first 2 fights. And what a start in Raleigh, and Sara McMann, what a start here through the first 4 minutes.
Lansberg doing a really good job with her left hand, just keeping space, right? In order to get that Darce choke, you got to get really close. You're not going to get it if there's that much space. And Lina was doing a great job of using her left arm to frame Sara, keeping her hips out so she couldn't finish the choke.
You know, Sara's really trying to get submissions here. If I'm Lina, it's all about surviving this next 40 seconds because you've lost this round. Clam up, defend yourself, keep control of your limbs, last another 30 seconds, then you get to restart in round 2.
Lina's actually hiding her wrist under her back. That's very clever, but now Sara's got the wrist to try to go kimura.
The old sit on my hand defense.
Well, got to be careful. 20 seconds to use it, but
got to be careful here.
Coming close.
Physically, Lina Lansberg must be very strong. Sarah's strong, man.
Lina's going to keep that forearm on the mat. She keeps the forearm on the mat. She's totally fine.
Well, she lasted. Second round is coming up.
Here we see Sarah on top position, just punishing the midsection, softening her up, tenderizing the stomach, looking for a submission.
More than 20 strikes to the body absorbed by Lina Lansberg through the first 5 minutes. There's one takedown needed for Sara McMann, but Lansberg survives to see a round 2.
Right hand is sharp there for Sarah. You know, Lina's got to be careful. She can't spend another round on her back like this. She's got to lower her base, anticipate the takedowns. The problem is when you get over-obsessed with the takedowns, you start waiting for them so you can get underhooks and defend. And guess what happens? Bang! A right hand comes over the top.
Well, that's exactly what Uriah Faber told her to do. Fake that takedown and come with the overhand right in between rounds.
That was a good body kick there by Lansberg.
That's why I hate wrestlers.
Why? Look at the inside trip here. It's just that it seems like Lina's a little bit lost when they come together, right? Sarah's going to the next level of her wrestling, and Lina's struggling to keep up. That's why she's back again on her back. Now, as I said in the Kunitskaya fight, she got taken out a number of times. But now it's been only one per round, and she's been controlled.
Catch the all-new UFC Live each and every Friday at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on ESPN2. The weekly 30-minute show gets you primed for all the Saturday night action, as well as the latest news and information from around the sport. UFC Live Fridays on ESPN2.
Going back to what you were saying, Daniel, the reality is that Sarah just has a massive advantage in the grappling department, in the wrestling department. So, you know, it's up to Lina to, you know, come up with a game plan to mitigate that, to negate the wrestling advantage. You got to move around a lot. You got to lower your base. You got to pump the jab. You got to punish Sarah every time she tries to close the distance and clinch. You got to hurt her. You got to elbow, knee, whatever it is, and then step away. You can't be a stationary target.
And even on her back, right? She's got to start to create some scrambles. Do something to change this, because right here, Sarah can stay here for the whole 15 minutes and not really even be breathing heavy by the time they're done. Lina has to cause action, or the fight's going to continue down this path.
Well, this is exactly what happened in the first round. The exact same position, working from half guard. Lina's got her both shoulders flat on the back, on the mat, pardon me. In your first lesson of jiu-jitsu, they'll tell you, never be completely on your back. You've got to be on one shoulder. And here we have it. Brendan
lit up. Oh my goodness, Brendan lit up. It's embarrassing.
You know why?
It's actually embarrassing how much Brendan lit up whenever Mike looked at him about jiu-jitsu.
You know why?
So crazy.
You know why? Because he remembers his first jiu-jitsu lesson. Yeah, it was last week.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go here. That's all right. Well, in Sara McMann's last outing, it was about 2 years ago, February 2018. She had a dominant first round, but got caught in a triangle by Marion Renault in the second round. But heavy on top here, while Lansberg looks for some offense from the bottom.
Yeah, Lina's trying to do something. What she needs to do is that left arm. She needs to try and get an underhook. Now, easier said than done, but instead of holding around the head, for the people at home that don't know what an underhook is, get it under the armpit. There it is, like that, and then try and turn onto her side. She's trying to do it. Roll onto her side, then try and get the butterfly guard. Use the butterfly guard to elevate, and then try and get back to her feet.
She pulled it out, Mike. Sarah's hips are getting elevated now. Now Lina's got a chance.
There we go.
Lina's got a chance. She elevated her hips.
Pass the butterfly. Yes.
Another thing that Lina's not doing, she's allowing herself to just be in one area on the mat. What she should do now is try and push on the head and shrimp back to the fence, and then use the fence to help her stand up. Listen, easier said than done. When you've got somebody that's as good as Sara McMann, Olympic caliber wrestler, with that tremendous downward pressure, it's easy for me to say sitting here, you know, but it's a lot harder to do in person.
In that nice suit coat. Mike, listen, it's the underhook, right? Her right arm is not doing enough to escape this position. She's allowing Sarah to control far side underhook. She's allowed Sarah to stay in the half guard on you. I mean, if you're getting controlled on your right side and you're getting controlled on your left side, you're not winning any part of this grappling exchange. That's why McMann has been so dominant to this point. She's got to start at step one, get an underhook, and then start building to the next step and the next step to try and get an escape.
You are correct, but I'm sure Lina knows this to a certain degree. She knows what she's trying to do. She's trying to reclaim full guard.
Oh, there it is.
But Sara is one step ahead, and now here we are. Full mount. Fortunately for Lina, only 10 seconds left.
We'll see if McMann can turn it up here,
back of the head, sir.
or if we get the bell in round 3. Coming up is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of UFC.
Third and final, ladies. Third and final.
So Lina Lansberg has spent most of this fight on her back, nearly 9 minutes, and in her last loss against Yana Kunitskaya, she spent 9 minutes and 52 seconds on her back. So the game plan clear and put into play perfectly by Sara McMann, who's looking for takedown number 3.
You know, I don't want to criticize Lina, but that was a really curious choice there. She initiated the clinch. I think she thought she was going to get a tie clinch and try and work some knees, but as I said earlier, when you're against an Olympic wrestler, avoid the clinch like your life depends on it.
I think that she was taking the approach that she needed to cause something, right? Take a chance, take
be
a
aggressive.
risk. Yes, be aggressive, but when she got close, she didn't break contact. She continued down the path, and that path ended up getting her taken down. I mean, I don't know what she's going to have to do in order to get back to her feet. Obviously, no. But I don't know how she's going to employ that to get back to her feet when she hasn't done it for 2 rounds. I mean, she's been on her back for 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
For Lina right now, I mean, it was 30 seconds into the 3rd round and she went right back to this position. It's absolutely soul-destroying.
Do this. Go to your knee.
Yeah.
Do something different, right?
No,
Get up to your feet. Do something.
And now explode to your feet. Fight the hands. Try and turn into her here. But listen, it's hard. It's a tough stylistic matchup for her. Sara's just one step ahead.
And how about the damage absorbed by Sara McMann to her knees, because they've been on the mat the whole time in dominant position.
And she's moving around, right? It's the left knee. She's got that in the guard. Now she can start dropping ground and pound here. Get her hips down.
This isn't good. Over 3 minutes left, and now Sara's in a really dominant position. Mouthpiece.
Mouth guard out after the strike.
This is good.
Good for who?
Well,
trying to insinuate it was good for Lansberg.
It was good for Lina for a second. She was cracking her opponent in the face. I don't know which world you live in, but anytime you can punch your opponent in the face, it's good.
Well, it was something offensive for Lina, right? So you want to give her credit. It was something offensive when over the course of these first 2 rounds, she hasn't had many moments. And it's only gotten worse.
Looking at probably a couple of 10-8 rounds for McMann as well. So really, Hail Mary time for Lansberg if she's going to have any shot.
The reason I was saying it was good is like she's still trying. She's trying to, you know, she's not giving up. She's not lying there and being a sitting duck and saying, you know what, you know, I've lost this fight, Sara, make it a formality. She's like, no, I'm still trying to fight. If I can punch you in the face, I'm going to take advantage of that while still trying to get back to my feet. But I gotta say, Sara just looks so strong, technically proficient, and as I said before, she just seems one step ahead here. Obviously, the work down at Team Alpha Male is paying dividends because she looks incredible tonight.
She's getting to do exactly what she wants in those fights. In those situations is when she dominates her opposition. It's when she has to stand. When she is forced to fight where she's uncomfortable is where she struggles at times.
Just showed you the significant strikes, of course, heavily in the favor of McMann, who back in 2004 became the first American woman to win a silver medal in Olympic wrestling. In DC, all on display. The Olympic wrestling, that is a different level of pressure to deal with.
Yeah, she has dominated every position against Lina Lansberg. And Lina has been a step behind, not only in the wrestling, though, but even in the grappling exchanges, she has seemed lost. I mean,
and the thing is as well, what the viewer at home has to realize is that Lina and her entire team, they knew what they were coming into. So I'll guarantee they spent session after session working back to their feet, defending takedowns, escaping these positions. But the problem is when you're against somebody that is just better than you in these positions, you're going to lose out in those scrambles. And that's what we're seeing here.
Most times you can prepare for something, but until you're in there with that guy or with that person that's so good at one, Khabib, everybody knows what Khabib's going to do. Yeah. But until you felt him do it, You can't replicate that, and I think that's where Lina and her team may have faltered a little bit, because Sara has just truly imposed herself on Lina.
And let me tell you how impressive Sara has been. 3 takedowns is all we've seen, 1 per round, and she has kept her there for the duration of the round. Now, I don't care which way you slice it. I don't know who you compare it against, Khabib, whoever you want. That is impressive grappling and control.
We talked about her fighting with Yana. Got taken out multiple times, 5, 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
It only took 3 this time for Sara to put this type of performance on her.
1 per round.
Well, she used it, and she used it well. Non-stop pressure from wall to wall for Sara McMann, who we expect will get her hand raised once again next. Well, after a dominant performance, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges scored the contest 30-27, 30-26, and 30-25 for the winner by unanimous decision, Sara McMann.
Sara McMann, this is the first time you're back in the octagon since